right, so in Toastmasters, as you know, we give presentations. So in the manual, there's 10 different projects. The first one is called the icebreaker. And when someone joins, at some point, when they're ready, they give their icebreaker speech to introduce themselves to our club so we can get to know them. Well, in this particular magazine, there's an article about a woman who waited 6 months to give her icebreaker speech. She was so nervous and afraid to speak in front of people. So I suggest there, you could read that article. Well, today, Jaime Valero is giving that speech. It's 4 to 6 minutes long. And as you all know, if you're a Toastmaster, you know that basically he used to have an introduction and a body and a conclusion. But I asked him, what else are you working on? What else would you like to accomplish with this presentation? And he told me that he wants more flow and wants more humor. The title of his speech is, "This is me and I'm okay." Help me welcome Jaime.
Thank you all. I will try to do this speech methodically, starting from childhood and then into adulthood. This is me, and I'm okay. My name is Jaime Valero. I was born in Nyssa, Oregon, which is 12 miles over that way in that quiet little town that I think time has forgotten. It doesn't grow very much, and as a matter of fact, it has gotten smaller. I remember going outside and playing during the summer months, where the grass was green, the trees had full of green leaves. It was nice and warm, not too hot. We'd be able to go swimming, enjoy playing with my friends, just having a good time, just enjoying my childhood. I remember the winters. We had lots of snow. We would go sledding. I remember going with my father in his pickup, and some of the teenage boys would run behind and hook onto our bumper and hooky bob going down the road. And I just couldn't wait till I grew up to be able to do that. And so, which is illegal, so I guess I couldn't do it when I got older. Just wanted to throw that in there. When I was in my childhood, there was no cell phone. And so in order for my mom to get my attention while I was out there playing, she would open the door, come out, and yell out my name, which in Spanish is Jaime. And I'm bilingual, so my name is bilingual. You can call me Jamie or Jaime. And she would yell out, "Jaime, it's time to come and eat." So then I would stop what I was doing, tell my friends I have to leave now, and go home and enjoy my supper or lunch, or time to retire for the day and go to sleep. In my childhood, I played a lot of sports, which was great. A park was only 1 block away, and another park was only another block away behind me. So I was very fortunate to be able to go out there and enjoy that. I would play baseball with my father, and in Nyssa, I had a lot of cousins. So it was very fun going and playing baseball. We would play football. In front of our house on the street, we would play soccer baseball. And what I remember about that is when they would roll the ball to us, we would kick it. And we would be facing this house that was behind some trees. Every now and then, that ball would make it through those trees and hit the house. And this older gentleman would come out yelling, "You dang kids, you're over here disturbing me," and stuff. And I was like, "Oh no." Everybody would just scatter. It was funny. Everybody would hide and stuff. And we would have to see who is going to go ask for the ball. I had to do it every now and then, but it was okay. We ended up being friends with the older gentleman, and we just turned the way we made our bases and tried to avoid kicking the ball into his house. We had lots of friends back then, and a lot of friends. Some of them were older, which was nice because they took care of me. I was the younger one, I was the small kid, and so they were like older siblings to me, which in my family, I'm the oldest one. So it was very nice having people take care of me. going down to the local AEW, and they would buy me ice cream, pop, sundaes. They were also like a very good mentor to me. They told me to stay in sports, you know, stay with my schoolwork once I was able to attend school. They were very good, positive role models. They helped me through a lot of things when I was a child. Next came my teenage years. During my teenage years, I spent a lot of time at the local swimming pool. Once again, 1 block away. And back then, it was only 75 cents. So I would go around picking up cans and bottles so I can get that 75 cents so I can go swimming later on. We would sit out, me and my friends, and we would tan, we would jump in the water, we would go off the high dive. And when I was up there, I remember looking down and I could see the bottom because the water was clear, and I was always scared about that. But I would just hold my breath, go down to the end, and jump in, and it would be over and done. Something like this speech, you know, just get it started, get it going. Local bowling alley there in Nissa provided great entertainment. We would play pool, foosball, all kinds of games, learn how to bowl. We would also go there to break dance, which I was pretty good at. So I really enjoyed it because I'm pretty good at dancing, and breaking was something to do back then. And so we got to meet a lot of people from different states that would come, and we would have competitions. And so it was really nice. Again, I also did play a lot of sports: baseball, basketball, and football. Football was one of those sports that stayed with me for a very long time. I also started working out in the fields. Turned 14, got my worker's permit. I was out there earning some cash so that way I could buy my clothes for school and be able to help my folks out whenever they needed assistance. I remember going out fishing, and back in Nissa they had what was called Crazy Days, where they would have sidewalk sales. People would just be walking up and down the street, and they would show their cars off. People would just meet at restaurants. It was a time to get to know the town itself, and it was very nice. Next came my adulthood. My very first job was working at Kentucky Fried Chicken, and I remember being a cook, and it was my very first job. I liked it. It was something different from the fields. Then I started working at Wood Grain, where my father worked for a very number of years, and so I was able to get on there, and I worked there for about 5 years. Then I started at the Emporium, which was Troutman's Emporium, selling men's clothing, which was nice because I was able to get great discounts on good clothes. After that, I started working at Shucks and NAPA, Auto Parts, which I really like working with cars, working with my hands. So that was something that interested me a lot. Then I went to Twin Falls, started working at Langdon's, where we would sell bolts and tools. After that, I started working with Idaho Migrant Council, which is the profession that I'm in now, being a workforce consultant, helping people find jobs. And I love my job. Worked at Oregon Human Development Corporation, where I am at right now. And like I said, it's been a job where I've been able to travel to Washington, D.C., San Diego, Washington State, different places. I don't think I'd ever be able to get to visit those places if my job didn't provide that. And so this is me, and I'm okay with it. So thank you very much.